Dear students, today I am uploading the last part of carboxylic acid episode to you. Last week I am unable to upload due to some technical reason. Right now I am moving towards the carboxylic acid. That carboxylic acid contains CO and OH group attached to the alkyl group or aromatic group. So COOH contains carbonyl as well as hydroxyl group. So that is called a carboxylic group attached to aromatic or aliphatic. They are referred as carboxylic acids. Okay, R is equal to CS3 acetic acid, R is equal to C6H5. It is a benzoic acid, and they are naming everything we will dealt last time. Now I just move on to last time I have discussed this reaction, but anyhow, what is this reaction? It's the esterification. Esterification you have learned in PUC. What is that esterification? Esterification is it is a combination of organic acid and alcohol to form ester and water. So this reaction is carried out in presence of a dilute or few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, and this reaction is a reversible. That means ester again mix with water and give back carboxylic acid and alcohol. So this is a reversible process, that is nothing but hydrolysis. So esterification is nothing but carboxylic acid, alcohol in the presence of sulfuric acid gives ester and water. If the similar reaction is carried out in a reverse order, it is called a hydrolysis. So I have given two examples here. You can take acetic acid, that is ethanol plus acetic acid. So there is a formation of ethyl ethanoate, that is C2H5OH, CH3COOH. H of the alcohol and OH of the carboxylic acid will be eliminated as a water to form ethyl ethanoate, that is ethyl acetate in general. Okay. Similarly, you can have methanol, that is CH3OH, and benzoic acid. The OH of the benzoic acid H eliminate water to form an acetophenone type product, but it is not acetophenone, it is methyl benzoate C6H5COOCH3. Okay, so in simply remember organic acid and alcohol yields ester and water, right? So with this we move on to the mechanism of esterification. So there are two different methods I have mentioned. Whichever you feel easy, you can carry out. Okay. So as you have noticed that RCOH plus R-OH alcohol gives RCOOR- ester. Okay. So this is a esterification reaction. And this esterification is carried out in presence of a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, the mechanism involves in the first step formation of a cation. So how the cation will going to form? So HC double bond OH, RC double bond OH is an organic acid. Okay, when first it treats with sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. I written like this, HOSO3H or H plus SO4 minus, right? So the carbon to carbon double bond opens, and oxygen will be minus and hydrogen plus attached to that, and carbon will get plus. So a cation containing 2 OH group. Okay, this is a formation. In the second step, that is a delocalized carbocation, as carbonyl gets protonated to give delocalized carbocation, making the carbonium a better electrophile. Okay, so let us see here. That is R, H, OH, or even H also. Okay, plus OH. So when it comes in contact with alcohol, so what happens? The alcohol containing lone pair of electron is a negatively charged. That will move to the carbon plus, and you will get the oxygen with a positive charge and carbon with OH and OHCH3 alcohol attached, right? So this molecule is going to form. In the next step, there is a proton transfer. So CH3OH is a plus, oxygen containing H. So that lone pair of electrons between oxygen and hydrogen shifted, and the proton gets shifted to OH, and that will become OH plus. So CH3O with lone pair of electron, again carbon HOH and H attached to the oxygen with a positive charge. Okay, so this is the third step. In the fourth step, there is elimination. So what kind of elimination you can see? The water molecule got eliminated, and the lone pair of electron from the oxygen shift to the carbon to oxygen. There's C double bond O plus H, HOCH3, and water will be eliminated. In the last step, the proton with the oxygen carrying plus charge will taken by SO3 O minus H to form regeneration of H2SO4, and your ester will going to form HCOOCH3. Okay, so like this the esterification is carried out, and these are the very simple 5-step mechanism I have given. So this is a one way. In the second method, you can see that is called the Fischer method or Fischer esterification mechanism. Here, the protonated alcohol you have to take as a starting step. That is ROH. The H is attached to the RO group and making oxygen plus. So H attached to the oxygen makes oxygen plus and H R dash. It attacks to the oxygen. Okay, because C double bond O will have negative charge, carbon will have positive charge. Therefore, you can see the proton of ROH shifts to the oxygen and makes oxygen plus and RC double bond OH. And in the next step, what happened? The alcohol molecule attacks, and you will get ROHOHOHR dash. Okay, so this is a situation. In the next step, what happened? The lone pair of electron between hydrogen and oxygen will be shifted towards the oxygen, and that oxygen will be taken by R dash OH. Okay, and you will get ROHOH OR dash and OH. And here again the protonation. Okay, so it's a proton transfer, it's a protonation. So that proton transfer makes that molecule ROHOR OH2. Okay, so the one of the OH group will become OH2 with a plus charge. In the last step, what happened? There is elimination of water molecule, and there is elimination of proton also. So that leads to formation of RC double bond O plus H OR dash, and that H which is present on the positive charge of oxygen, it loses the lone pair of electron on the oxygen, making your ester RC double bond O R dash. Okay, so this is the mechanism called esterification. Okay, so either of the two, any one you can choose for representing. So I prefer the first one is the best, second one is a little bit complicated. Now let us move on to the other part, that is hydrolysis of ester. So hydrolysis of ester means it is a reverse process of esterification. Whatever the ester formed is subjected for hydrolysis in presence of dilute sulfuric acid. So whereby you will get RCOOH, carboxylic acid and alcohol. So ester on hydrolysis gives carboxylic acid and alcohol. So this is the general way of representing hydrolysis. And this hydrolysis can be carried out in two ways. One is in presence of acid, another in presence of base. Okay, so there are two ways of hydrolysis. Here the green color mechanism I have shown for, that is acid hydrolysis. Just you can see, that is RCOR dash C double bond O, H is plus, makes Rc plus OR dash OH H2O is hydrolysis. Again there is addition of RCOH plus OH and OR dash, and the water molecule get attached to the positively charged carbon and it will going to form this product, this RCOH. Okay, RCOH you can see here RCOH OR dash H2O, okay, plus, and that proton is shifted to, so I think yes, I was discussing this. Okay, I repeat again. In the case of acid catalyzed reaction, this RCOH take a proton because acid is there, then it will become a cation with OR dash and OR. Now here the water molecule is added to this cation to form OH, R and O. OH. Okay, that OH R loses R dash OH. Okay, R dash OH will be lost and you will get RCH plus OH OH, and protonation will give you an carboxylic acid. That is carboxylic acid on acid catalyzed, means in presence of sulfuric acid. This is a possible reaction. Similarly, you can see here base catalyzed, that is RCOH. When treated with a base, there is a formation of carboxylic acid with Na plus, that is the sodium salt of carboxylic acid, which is nothing but soap and your alcohol. Okay, so please remember, in acid catalyzed reaction there is a addition of H plus, making the reaction to proceed with formation of alcohol and carboxylic acid. But when the ester is hydrolyzed by base, there is a formation of acid with salt, that is sodium or potassium salt of carboxylic acid plus alcohol, that is formation of soap, and this reaction is considered as a saponification. Okay, so the mechanism of this particular second is shown here. In earlier case there is a H plus, here KOH or NaOH ionizes to add OH minus, and that OH add to the carbon RCOH OH, and there is a carbon to oxygen shift occurs and oxygen will be minus, and this will be stabilized again by losing a molecule of OH at the OR dash as OR minus, and you will get RCOH. Okay, so I repeat here again. So when the base attacks carbonyl group of the ester, okay, you know oxygen is negative and carbon is positive, therefore ultimately the OH groups attached, OH group attack to the central carbon of carbonyl group, right, and O will become minus and OR dash is already there. Now in the next step what happened, the OR dash or OR in generally will be eliminated as negative alkoxide ion, RO minus, okay, with totally 6 electrons on the oxygen, and the lone pair of electron from the oxygen will shifted to the carbon to form RCOOH, carboxylic acid, right. In the second step what happened, the alkoxide will take a proton, the alkoxide anion take a proton from carboxylic acid to form carboxylate and ROH. Okay, so there is a formation of your alcohol is OR, but RCOO minus will take or react with either potassium or with sodium to form sodium salt of carboxylic acid, that is your soap. So that is a saponification takes place. Okay, so these are the two types of hydrolysis. One is acid catalyzed and another is base catalyzed. So in examination there may be 5 marks question. Write acid catalyzed acyl oxygen cleavage bimolecular AAC2 reaction and its mechanism, or write BAC2. B means stands for base catalyzed acyl oxygen bimolecular cleavage. Okay, so this two reactions, out of these two, one is 100% sure for you. Okay, so please remember these two mechanism that I will now start. Okay, now already I have told you. Here you can see this is the mechanism of hydrolysis of ester by acid catalyzed reaction involves a breaking of bond between acyl group and oxygen. So what is that acyl group? RC double bond COR dash. Okay, the bond between carbon and OR is called acyl bond. That bond undergo breakage. So that is why it's called as a acyl cleavage between acyl group and oxygen atom. That is RO is acyl group and OR oxygen connected with the OR dash. So that will be under process of breaking. So that is why this is called as acid catalyzed acyl oxygen bimolecular reaction. Okay, so this reaction, how it take place, you can see here. Okay, don't get confused. Either you can take H3O plus or H plus, it doesn't matter. Okay, as a proton. In the first step, you can see for protonation RC double bond OR dash, when treated with a proton or either H plus or H3O plus. So here the proton attacks to the oxygen, make oxygen plus and RO OR dash. In the next step, the water molecule HOH is a water molecule. So oxygen to carbon bond shifts and the plus charge shifts. Okay, so you can see the next structure RCOH OHH, that is the water molecule attached to it, and OR dash. Okay, so you can see in the nucleophilic addition what happened, the carbonyl group containing oxygen plus, so there is a shift making the oxygen with 4 electron and OH group will form, and ultimately the carbon will be the positive charge, and to that positively charged carbon the lone pair of electron from water shifts and that attacks, and that is why it is shown with the plus charge HOH. Okay, in the next again proton transfer take place, HOH water molecule elimination, and you will get RCOH OR dash OH, that one of the extra proton will be deprotonated. Okay, so deprotonated molecule again react with a proton. Okay, in the fourth step, what happened, the OR group H, okay, OR group H will become OHOHR, that is like an alcoholic group, ROH. Okay, still oxygen carbon is there, and the protonation again occurs, and that proton makes the next molecule as RCOH OHR dash OH. Here elimination of alcohol takes place, that is the R dash OH will be eliminated and you will get RCOH OH. Okay, so you will get this product. Further, it will be stabilized by the loss of the proton by water molecule, and you will get RCOH. So carboxylic acid formation. So this is what we call as a reaction carried out by an acid hydrolysis. So it's called acyl oxygen cleavage. So here in the fifth step, I have written as elimination of R-OH alcohol. So here what happened? The carbon to OHR, that is the acyl group. Okay, this particular area is under a breaking. So that is called as a AC. Capital A acid, AC is acyl oxygen, and 2 is a bimolecular. So this is elimination, fifth step by alcohol. Elimination of alcohol R-OH at the fifth step is a depends upon concentration of that molecule as well as concentration of water. Therefore, it involves 2 molecules. Therefore, it's a bimolecular reaction. So that is why this reaction is called as a AAC2 reaction. AAC2 reaction, and the mechanism is very simple. Okay. Well, now similarly, you can see saponification reaction. So what happened when ester is treated with a base? Base may be, it may be NaOH or it may be KOH. There is a formation of the sodium or potassium salt of carboxylic acid, that is your base, and R-OH alcohol. Okay, so this reaction again is a bimolecular because the acyl oxygen cleavage is same to that of the acid. Therefore, this reaction is reported. You can see the base catalyzed hydrolysis of ester BAC2. B is capital, AC is acyl oxygen, 2 stands for bimolecular. Okay, so let us see the mechanism. Okay, in the mechanism, you can see in the first step what happened. Nucleophilic addition takes place. So NaOH is a base used, so it ionizes to give Na plus and OH minus. And OH minus attack to the central carbon of the carbonyl group to make anion, and this anion undergo elimination of a alkoxy group. Okay, here you can see alkoxy group will be eliminated at double bond shift, and you will get RCOOH. But RCOH is not that much stable because alkoxide ion abstract a proton in the third step. So deprotonation of carboxylic acid takes place, and you will get RCOO minus. This RCOO minus will be in a resonating structure, that is RCOO minus double bond O or RC double bond O minus. Okay, so this molecule further won't react with your RO dash, otherwise it will go into formation of again ester. So that is not possible, but this RCO minus double bond O will react with Na to form the sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Okay, so this is a reaction that will going to possible with this particular reaction. Okay, so this is a BAC2, right? So this is second. Now with this we move on to the different types of derivative of carboxylic acid. The carboxylic acid will exist in different what we say types or derivatives. So what are these derivatives? Let us see one by one. Now you can see yes, this RCOOH carboxylic acid can exist in different derivatives. So what is this? Acyl chloride. So you can see RCOOH, the OH group is replaced by Cl, that is RCOCl is a acyl chloride. RCO group is a acyl group and Cl is a chloride group. Similarly, RCOOH and carboxylic acid group is replaced by COR dash, that is acid anhydride. Acid anhydride. RC double bond O COR dash. Okay, so it's an anhydride. Then similarly, RCOH may attach to the different amino compounds like RCONH2, RCONHR dash, RCONHR. Okay, so here the RCOH OH group is replaced by amino group, and the resulting compound is called as a amide derivative. Similarly, RCOH is replaced by an alkyl group. The H is replaced by R. It is an ester. So, carboxylic acid can form different derivative of organic compounds such as acyl chloride RCOCl, acid anhydrides, that is RCOOCOR-, acid amides, acid as a amide, that is RCONH2, acid as esters RCOOR, that is esters. Now let me go with one or two, one simple method of preparation and the compound itself. Okay, now you can see acid chloride, acyl chloride. Acyl chlorides are named by replacing OIC acid of the corresponding carboxylic acid by YL and chloride. Okay, for example, CH3COH is a acetic acid. Acetic acid, IC acid is replaced by YL chloride. So it is a acetyl chloride. Okay, or UPAC naming is ethanoyl chloride. Similarly, propanyl chloride, CH3COCl. Then benzoic acid is there. The H is replaced by Cl. So it is called as a benzyl, BENZOYL, benzyl chloride. Okay, so here no mechanism, only how these acyl chloride are prepared. Acyl chlorides are formed by the reaction between thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2, PCl5 or PCl3. Let us see here. RCOCl. You can put R is equal to CH3 or C2H5. Depending upon that, you will get the corresponding CH3COCl, acetyl chloride. Okay, or ethyl chloride. Okay, or you can put benzene ring, so you will get your benzyl chloride. RCOCl, when treated with thionyl chloride SOCl2, get converts into RCOCl plus SO2 plus HCl. Then similarly with PCl3 and PCl5, the RCOCl with the formation of phosphoric acid, POCl3 HCl respectively. And here you can add R is equal to either aromatic ring or alkyl group. Now similarly another derivative you have already witnessed, that is acid anhydrides. Okay, so what are acid anhydride? COOCO group is the anhydride group. Okay, so CH3 COOCOCH3, this is acetic anhydride. Simply it is called as a acetic anhydride, and this acetic anhydride is also called as a ethanoic anhydride. Then next one, CH3 COOO-C2H5. This is ethanoic propionic anhydride. Okay, because CH3, okay, CH3CO is the ethanoic group, so it's the ethanoic, and the propane CH3CH2CO is a propane. It is a propionic anhydride. Similarly, you can have another example, CH3COO-COC6H5, benzoic ethanoic anhydride. So these are the anhydrides, and these anhydrides can be prepared by treating carboxylic acid with the R-COCl, acetyl chloride, or in other words, these can be prepared by treating carboxylic acid with acyl chlorides. Okay, so whereby the H and Cl will be eliminated as HCl, and you will get, in presence of pyridine, gives RCOOCOR-, that is your anhydride. Okay, so similarly sodium salt of carboxylic acid react with acyl chloride to form the anhydride and NaCl. So you can put R is equal to CH3 or C2H5 or benzene ring, the corresponding compounds. So as per your syllabus, they have mentioned only how these are prepared, no mechanism. Don't get confused, right? Well, now formation of amides. So you can already observe that structure. RCONH2 is a amide. if you put R is equal to CH3 or C2H5 or benzene ring, the different aliphatic or aromatic amines will going to form. Okay, so that you can see CH3CONH2, it is acetamide or ethanamide. Then it is a propanamide, C2H5CONH2, and it is a benzamide, C6H5NH2. Okay, we can have other example where N is equal to instead of the NHCH3 or NCH3 twice, or N maybe an aromatic ring. So likewise we can have N-methyl ethanamide, N-dimethyl ethanamide, and N-phenyl benzamide. Okay, so how these are prepared? Just by heating the carboxylic acid with ammonia first, whereby you will get ammonium carboxylates, it is RCOO minus NH4, and these ammonium carboxylate or solid compound, when subjected for heating, you will get RCONH2, that is the elimination of water takes place, and you will get an amide. So a simple method. First what you have to do, you take the carboxylic acid, heat with ammonia, and whereby that amino derivative, that is ammonium carboxylate, will going to form, which will lose a molecule of water to form your amide, RCONH2. Okay. Now the esterification, I have discussed everything. It is a reaction between a carboxylic acid and alcohol to form RCOOH, your carboxylic acid. Okay, so this is all about the 4 different types of derivatives. Now there are few reactions left in the syllabus. The first one is Curtius reaction. That's what is the spelling, CURTIUS, Curtius rearrangement or reaction. What is this reaction? When the carboxylic acid is treated with thionyl chloride, means SOCl2, and NaN3, sodium amide, sodamide. Okay, NaN3. You can see here. Carboxylic acid can be converted into an isocyanate through acyl azide intermediate under the condition. The resulting isocyanate can then be readily transferred into variety of amines and amino compounds. Okay, you can see RCOOH is a carboxylic acid. When treated with SOCl2, thionyl chloride, and NaN3, what happens? The OH group is replaced by 3 nitrogen. Okay, and NaOH will be the other product. So how the 3 nitrogens are attached? RC double bond O, N double bond N plus double bond N minus. Okay, so this is a product formation. The 3 nitrogens are attached to the carbonyl carbon in a sequence, and this is called acyl azide. Okay, azide. Sodium azide, when treated with this thionyl chloride and carboxylic acid, there is a formation of acyl azide. Okay, this acyl azide on heating will get converted into RN double bond C double bond O, that is isocyanate. Okay, isocyanate plus nitrogen. Okay, I will discuss mechanism later on. So isocyanate R N double bond C double bond O. You might have heard about that methyl isocyanate. It is one of the most dangerous chemical which was formed in the Union Carbide factory at Calcutta in I think 1982-83. That is at Bhopal, the greatest chemical treasury in India or in the world. So which kills more than lakhs of the people and injured lot of the people due to this RN double bond C double bond O, that is R is equal to CH3, methyl isocyanate. So methyl isocyanate is a very poisonous gas generated by the industry and which kills more than 1 lakh people, and thousands were still suffering from this impact of methyl isocyanate. Okay, well, so my point of discussion is alcohol when treated with thionyl chloride and sodium azide forms acyl azide. Acyl azide on warming, it will get isocyanate. So this isocyanate on heating with water gives amine. Heating with alcohol gives urethane, and heating with an alkyl substituted amine, okay, it will going to form urea. So these are the sub reactions. Now our aim is we have to concentrate how this is prepared, that is isocyanate, and what is the mechanism involved in it in the next two slides. Okay, you can see the mechanism very simple. So this is your acyl azide. Okay, migration of carbon atom to displace the nitrogen gas, leaving group on adjustment carbon. You can see RC double bond carbon to N. Okay, so carbon plus carbon minus with lone pair. Here the change is lone pair of electron on the third nitrogen will shift it to between 2 and 3, and that will become carbon to carbon triple bond and plus. And what happen? The oxygen will get a lone pair of electron with a minus charge. Now here elimination of nitrogen N2, that is N triple bond N, will be eliminated as a nitrogen. At this time the alkyl group of carbonyl migrate towards the nitrogen. So this is the main mechanism part. Okay, so you can see the next part, Rn plus C plus double bond O, right? So this is an intermediate cation where the migration or rearrangement of alkyl group can occur. In the next step, the formation of isocyanate, how it will going to form? You can see the lone pair of electron from the nitrogen will shift it to carbon. That is, a nitrogen is having negative charge, means lone pair of electron. So those lone pair of electron will shift between nitrogen and carbon, and thereby Rn double bond C double bond O, isocyanate. So this is a simple mechanism one can represent. So first of all, you write this reaction, this RCOH when treated with thionyl chloride and NaN3, that is sodium azide, there is a formation of acyl azide. Acyl azide on heating, there is a formation of isocyanate. And the mechanism involves two steps. You write the mechanism of Curtius rearrangement and write one by one. In the first step, there is a shift of lone pair of electron from the last nitrogen to the middle one, and you will get N triple bond N with plus charge and N as a positive charge. And there is a alkyl group migration from carbonyl group to nitrogen to form Rn plus and carbon plus C double bond O. And final step where the lone pair of electron on nitrogen shift to carbon to form Rn double bond C double bond O. This is your isocyanate. Okay, so this is the another method is there, the same whatever I have discussed, but I don't want too much of your time. You can best make use of it. Otherwise, there are two other methods. One is by heating, another by photochemical reaction. Okay, so whatever the acyl azide RC double bond O N when heated, so elimination of nitrogen takes place and there is a formation of RCON, that is acyl nitrate. So this undergo migration of alkyl group to give your isocyanate. Okay, so this is a simple thermal process. And second one is called as a photochemical reaction. That is acyl azide when subjected for photochemical reaction, means heating under solar system. So here also elimination of nitrogen to form RC double bond ON. RC double bond ON will make that positive charge distribution between both oxygen and nitrogen. And here in the next step, what happen? This may undergo to give R-OCN or RC double bond N, that is isocyanate or alkyl cyanate, that is ROCN, alkyl cyanate, or isocyanate is RN double bond C double bond O. It's a major product and it's a minor product. Okay, so this is a photochemical reaction. Means just by applying the light energy, solar energy, you can say, some energy from the sun, the reaction may take place. Okay, and the same reaction can be carried out by heating with thermal process. Okay, then the next method is reaction of carboxylic acid with organometallic compound. Okay, so all these reactions already you might have studied, but as far as my knowledge concerned, I will give only one or two examples to say what are organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds are RMGX. RMGX. R is a alkyl group, Mg is a +2 charge, and X is a minus charge. Therefore, the R attached group is also minus, and X is also minus, and Mg is +2. So, the insertion of magnesium between alkyl halides leads to formation of RMGX, and this RMGX is a Grignard reagent. When the Grignard reagent is treated with CS3COOH, acetic acid, so what happens? You can see the alkyl group moves to the central carbon, makes RCOH R-O minus. Okay, O minus will attack with the MgX plus, and there is a formation of intermediate product of this kind. Okay, so this on hydrolysis. Okay, this on hydrolysis, it will going to form R dash attached to the carbon with OH, OMGX. Okay, OMGX, the lone pair of electron will be shifted, and here what happen? OMGX will become, OMG bond will be broken, right? And there is a formation of NGOH X, and the lone proton hydrolysis H plus added to this oxygen. Okay, so I will say in the simple way, that is RO, this is a carbon with OMGX bond is there. Okay, when water means H2O, it is H plus and OH minus. H plus get added to the O and OH added to the Mg. Okay, so there is an elimination of MgOHX, and you will get RC R dash OH OH. Okay, carbon containing 2 OH group is highly unstable. Therefore, this diol will lose a molecule of water, that is OH and H, and there is a formation of RCOR. There is a formation of ketone. This is one of the important application of conversion of carboxylic acid into ketone using Grignard reagent. Okay. Similarly, you can see there are other substances like lithium aluminum hydride is also used. That is acid. When treated with lithium aluminum hydride, there is a formation of primary alcohol. Okay. Similarly, you can see the C6H5CH2COOH, that is phenylacetic acid. It also when subjected for the reaction with lithium aluminum hydride, there is a formation of your alcohol. Okay, so these are the few simple applications of Grignard reagent or organometallic compound to the organic compound. So the carboxylic acid can be converted into ketone by treating with RMGX, or the carboxylic acid on reduction get converted into alcohol. These are the two examples. Then now I will deal with another reaction, name reaction called as HVZ reaction. HVZ. HVZ. What is this H? Hell. And V for Hazard. And Z for Zielinski reaction. Okay. So what is this reaction? When carboxylic acid is treated with halogen, like chlorine or bromine gas, in presence of phosphorus trichloride and water, the X will be eliminated as acid and you will get halogen substituted carboxylic acid. So this is called as HVZ reaction. Okay, Hallo-Hollarz Zielinski reaction. Okay, so I repeat again. When carboxylic acid, you can see, for example, R1R2H, or you can add CH3COOH. It doesn't matter. When treated with a halogen gas, okay, in presence of a phosphorus trihalo compound, there is a elimination of three X as HX, and whatever the H of the carboxyl group is there, that will be replaced by halogen and you will get alpha halo carboxylic acid. Why it is called alpha halo carboxylic acid? The X, see, you can see the X halogen is adjacent to the C double bond O. Adjacent to the C double bond O is in alpha position. Therefore, it is called as a alpha carbon. Okay, carbonyl group. The next carbon is alpha carbon. Therefore, next carbon contain R1, R2, and X. Therefore, it is called as a alpha halo carboxylic acid. Okay, and you can see the other reaction. Phenyl acetic acid, when treated with bromine in presence of PbR3 and water, there is a formation of 2-bromo-2-phenyl acetic acid. Okay, then propionic acid, when subjected for the bromine and HBr treatment, there is a formation of 2-bromo-propionic acid, and this 2-bromo-propionic acid further aminolysis gives amine. Okay, so the mechanism of HHVZ is very simple. Okay, so HVZ reaction already I have quoted. RCH2COH when treated with bromine in presence of phosphorus catalyst, there is a formation of RCBrCOH. Okay, alpha halo brominated carboxylic acid. Okay, so what is the mechanism for this? The mechanism is very simple. RCH2COBr. Here, the first I want to highlight this point. When bromine and phosphorus are allowed to react, there is a formation of tribromophosphorus. This tribromophosphorus, when treated with your carboxylic acid, there is a formation of that RCH2 C double bond OBr. Okay, so this with H3PO4, this molecule RCH2COBr, this undergo rearrangement. Okay, how this rearrangement takes place you can see, or how this reaction follows. The lone pair of electron of oxygen shifted to the carbon to oxygen, and the lone pair broken, then you will get RCHBr C double bond O and Br, and this will react with RCOOH, another molecule, to give that the bromine get shifted to the one of them, and you will get RC double bond OBr as it is one product, and another product where the bromine will be in the second carbon, alpha carbon. So this is how the reaction mechanism can take place. Now with this, I would like to complete this topic, and by next week means in probably 27 or 28th, we will move on to the last part of your syllabus, that is ethers and epoxides. It requires at least 2 hours or at least 1 hour to complete the portion. And I think probably July first week the college will reopen, but I don't think the college classes will start. But let us wait what government will decide, whether the practical theory will start or not. I don't know last time how they are carried out. The same thing maybe they will do it. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ತಾರೀಕು ನಂತರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಒಂದು 8 ದಿನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀನ್ ವೈಲ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೀನಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ತಿಳಿಸೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಯು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ದೀಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಹಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಈಗೇನ ಕಲಿಸಿನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದರಾಗಿಂದ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮೆಸೇಜಿಗೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಜುಲೈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. So ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಅಟ್ ಹೋಮ್, ಓಕೆ, ವಿತ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್, ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ best aware of it. So make best use of it, and particularly from 21st onwards. So I request all the BSc 1 to final year students, let us go for vaccination. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ 21 ತಾರೀಕು ನಂತರದಿಂದ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ನೀವು ಒಂದೆರಡನ್ನ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೂಡಲಿಂದ್ರೆ ನಡೀತದೆ, ನಂದಂತಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರ್ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೂಡಲಿಂದ್ರೆ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹಾಕೋರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ವೇ, ಓಕೆ, ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ attacking the young people of India. So that may disturb lot to you and me or many people across the world. So please be careful about these viruses. Okay, washing hand with soap, sanitization, and keeping the distance will survive us. Otherwise, I don't know what happened in future. So with these few words, so we all live together on this earth with the safest possible way by taking maximum care. So thank you one and all, and I will going to meet soon in colleges. Okay.